On my most recent trip to London, I noticed how much facial recognition and surveillance has been ramped up. Similar to New York City, there's cameras and surveillance in stations, but there's also these vans that say they're doing live facial recognition. But as I talk about all the time, these algorithms are not good enough to be using this rampantly. They're racist, ableist, ageist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, all sorts of oppressive. If we were in a different world that was not ruled by empire, facial recognition probably wouldn't exist, but if it did, it would be used for good. And most use cases of facial recognition and biometrics currently are being used to criminalize. And governments and agencies are just pushing forward with facial recognition. I mean, look, even on the UK government website, they talk about how they use at least 3 different types of facial recognition: retrospective, live, operator-initiated facial recognition. I'm going to break down all 3 for you. Retrospective facial recognition is after something has happened, then they scour CCTV, mobile footage, dash cam, doorbell, even social media to then compare that footage to people that they've arrested or have as suspects. And notice here that they've already made their assessment. They've already made their judgment because they've already arrested people and they're just comparing footage to people they've already arrested. So there's an assumption already of guilt. That is what they're using it for. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Live facial recognition is what's happening with those white vans on the street, and also what happens at airports, stadiums, venues. That's live facial recognition. I love how this website doesn't even try to hide why the police are there. It's not to protect you. It's a core part of policing is to identify wanted people. So they're out there just looking for people. And remember, in order to justify the existence of police, they have to create more wanted people, which means more prisons, more police, and more criminalization. So that is what's happening. Police systems today exist to criminalize people. You could just be a person going about your day in London Bridge, in Times Square, anywhere, and your face is being run through live facial recognition and compared to an existing database. Once again, it's a setup because they're looking for people, so they're just comparing everyone's face to an existing database. They're looking for people to criminalize. The third one, operator-initiated facial recognition, is just an app where they take your picture to make sure they have the right person. No one asked for 3 of those. No one asked for 1 of those. We don't need any of those. We need none. And just FYI, people are misidentified by facial recognition and biometric matching all the time. And of course, most of the misidentified folks have been Black and brown, immigrants, disabled, trans folks. We know what's up. Surveillance culture creates criminalization. In order to exist, it has to criminalize. We do not want surveillance culture. Push back against any and all biometric and facial recognition surveillance. And if and when you can, opt out, opt out, opt out.